For my 2022 Polaris Snowcheck, I Snowchecked a What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I think it's like almost 80 degrees right now, and I am here to talk to you guys about snowmobile still. Snowmobile season for most of us is probably over, but it is not over in many of our eyes, especially not mine. I am already working on stuff for next year, as you guys know. So a lot of comments have been, what did you snow check? What did you get? And honestly, it really wasn't an easy decision this year. Last year when the Matryx came out, I still had a brand new 2020 Pro S 850 switchback, and I originally wasn't gonna snow check. I was like, well, I really like this sled, I'm gonna leave it. Well, and then after further review and some more research and dollars and cents wise, it actually made sense for me to trade in and get a new one. So this year it didn't go that way. I knew I was already gonna snow check a new one, and teaming up with Bruce and him helping me out, obviously we're gonna get the latest and greatest. But with that being said, what were we gonna get? And just like I said before, this wasn't the easiest decision. I know a lot of you guys, if you've been here for a while, you know kind of my type of riding, what I like to do, and you guys are probably like, oh, he's definitely gonna order the XCR now that it's in the Matryx chassis, which at first glance, yes, that is what I was gonna go with. But, you know, we also took into account, like, what am I gonna do to the sled? You know, is it gonna be worth it to get the XCR, or do I get, you know, a VR1 and then put the suspension in that I like, because we know we're gonna change it. With that being said, do I get a Matryx Assault where I could get a set of Fox rear suspension that you guys know I love Fox, and I could put them in there? Or do I get, you know, I don't want to say a base model Matryx, and I'm drawing a blank on what I can even call them, but the ones that come with the QS3s. And then should I have them revalved? So there was a lot of kind of options, and we tossed a lot of stuff around, and we did finally come to a decision. If you guys didn't see, and I'll put it here, Bruce went out to ride the new 2022 sleds with Levi. So this is kind of where we get into the, okay, this is where direction is headed. So with Polaris releasing the XCR in the Matryx model, that kind of blew everyone's heads. At the same token, when I did my 2022 review, they also released a full-blown cross-country 600 race sled, which really, really piqued my interest. So we sat down on the drawing board and was like, what do we want to do? What sled is going to best fit me for my main sled, not my, you know, this one I'm going to have for the entire year. And I was tossing around, and I always said I'm never ever going to get a 600 again. You know, a small block sled. I always want a big block sled, but that thing really piqued my interest. And I'm like, how can I get my hands on one of them? So then they got ixnayed. They went to the chopping block, and they were strictly for racers at this point. And we might be able to, feel my voice. Dominic using my car because his Jeep's getting new gears in it. So the 600 sled went to the chopping block, and that is just only racers now. So I couldn't even order one. I could put in a resume, but I'd feel bad if I took one and then I didn't race it. So that got ixnayed. Nash, get out of the way. So that went to the chopping block, and then that left us with just your Starfire series. So we'll go forth. I honestly, when I said I'm gonna snow check 2022 sled, I was leaning towards an Assault. I liked Chris's, and honestly, I thought I could build that thing to kind of my spec, you know, with a smaller lug track, and that thing would be really BA. there's just so many pros of a lot of sleds. And then again, we thought about going just back to, you know, a standard VR1 and running that and putting, you know, my suspension in it and valving that and everything like that. But at the end of the day, there was one sled that kind of stood out that had the options and the parts that fit me the best. And without further ado, I did order a 2022 Polaris XCR 850. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, ah, I knew it. But to give you the backstory, I wasn't really sure what we were gonna do. So that is what I ordered. And this is just Grand Central Station here today. So that's what we're gonna be running. I did order all black because it will be custom painted, which I'll get into in another video. But we are gonna be running an XCR next year. So that's gonna come with your high speed, low speed shocks, 2-inch body shocks. They move a ton of oil, and honestly, that's, you know, best fitting for me. It has stiffer rails, which if you guys know, I bent my rails last year, so that's good. So I don't have to worry about them. The 136 came with tipped rails in the back, which I'm super pumped about. Not that I think there's a huge difference between the way a 129 handles and a 137 or 128 and a 136. I don't think that there's a huge difference. I'm more excited. It will help a little bit with top end. So as for what I did to Bruno this year, so big wheel kit, big drivers, I'm not sure what route I'm gonna be going next year. I have a couple different options, and I don't know exactly which way that I'm gonna be going right now. But I'm excited. You know, I'm excited to get on an XCR. I'm excited to be back on a chassis that is built for someone like me that rides hard, that will hit the stuff that no one else will hit, that will, you know, look at that square edge in the trail and be like, nah, not worried about that. This thing will handle it. So between the beefed up front control arm and the rails and the handlebars and the different valving, which will probably change anyway, but the base of what it is exactly what fits me and fits my riding style. So that is what we're gonna be going with. So I know everyone is already changing gears, and Snowcheck is over now, and it's beautiful out, and we're getting all the boats and everything ready, but we are still living and breathing snowmobiles here, and we will be all summer, you know, bouncing around. I have some new toys on the way for the 1997 XCR that I have. We're putting them on, so make sure to stay tuned for that stuff. But that's really gonna do it. Like I said, I wanted to stop in and tell you guys what I was ordering, and that's it. So another video will be color schemes, what I'm gonna do to it. Again, I've gone over, you know, what Bruce and his team does color wise. You could pretty much pick any color in the universe and they could make it happen on your sled. So that's it. Nash is running away from me, so I gotta go get him. But that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.